Hello, and welcome to Mysteries and Crime, your go-to channel for exploring the most captivating and perplexing true crime stories. If you love unraveling mysteries and piecing together the puzzles of history's most chilling cases, you're in the right place. Before we dive into today's story, a quick reminder: hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share your thoughts or case suggestions in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Now let's dive into one of the most enigmatic cases of the 21st century. A story that has baffled detectives, intrigued internet sleuths, and inspired countless theories. Today, we're discussing the tragic and mysterious death of Elisa Lam. On January 26, 2013, 21-year-old Elisa Lam checked into the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Elisa was a Canadian college student visiting California on a solo trip. Her Tumblr blog, Nouvelle Nouveau, reflected a curious and thoughtful young woman who openly shared her struggles with mental health. Despite her challenges, she seemed determined to explore the world and connect with others. The Cecil Hotel, however, was no ordinary place. Infamous for its dark history, the hotel had been the site of murders, suicides, and even a temporary residence for the notorious serial killer Richard Ramirez. Its reputation was so grim that it inspired the fictional Cortez Hotel in American Horror Story. Hotel? Yet, for travelers on a budget, the Cecil's central location and affordable rates made it an accessible choice. Nestled in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, the area surrounding the Cecil was known for its stark contrasts, glitzy landmarks, and thriving nightlife just blocks away from neighborhoods struggling with homelessness and crime. For Elisa, it was likely meant to be a practical and adventurous stop on her journey. The Cecil itself was a relic of a bygone era. Built in the 1920s as a luxurious destination for business travelers and tourists, it boasted ornate architecture and grand interiors. However, the Great Depression hit the hotel hard, and it became a haven for transient residents. By the 1980s, the area known as Skid Row had become synonymous with poverty, addiction, and crime. The hotel's clientele reflected this decline, and it earned its reputation as a place where tragic stories seemed to converge. Elisa's stay seemed ordinary at first. She visited local attractions and kept in touch with her family back in Vancouver. Her posts on social media painted a picture of a young woman eager to explore new horizons, sharing snapshots of her travels and musings about her experiences. But as the days passed, her behavior began to raise concerns. Elisa's family, who had been a consistent point of support throughout her trip, sensed that something was amiss when they didn't hear from her, as expected. Her regular updates, often filled with thoughtful reflections and excitement about her adventures, suddenly stopped, leaving her parents deeply worried. On January 31st, Elisa was scheduled to check out of the Cecil Hotel and continue her travels. When she didn't contact her family, as was her daily routine, they grew worried and reported her missing. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, launched an investigation and released a now infamous piece of evidence: elevator surveillance footage from February 1st. The footage is unsettling. It shows Elisa entering the elevator, pressing multiple buttons, and then behaving erratically. She peeks out into the hallway, steps back in, and appears to be hiding from someone. Her gestures are strange. She waves her hands in an almost inhuman manner, as though communicating with something unseen. Finally, she steps out of the elevator and disappears from view. The doors, which had remained open during her erratic behavior, closed shortly afterward. This footage sparked widespread speculation. Was Elisa being pursued? Was she experiencing a mental health crisis? Or was something more sinister at play? Despite extensive searches of the hotel, no trace of Elisa was found initially. Law enforcement combed through her room and the common areas of the hotel, reviewing hours of surveillance footage and interviewing guests and staff. Yet, her whereabouts remained a mystery. The case gripped the attention of the public, with media outlets broadcasting the perplexing footage and calling for tips from anyone who might have seen Elisa. The LAPD's investigation quickly expanded to include potential sightings, but all leads seemed to hit a dead end. Volunteers and officers conducted a thorough search of the area surrounding the hotel, including alleyways, parking structures, and nearby establishments. As days turned into weeks, hope for a safe resolution began to fade. On February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa's disappearance, hotel guests began complaining about low water pressure and an unusual taste in the tap water. Maintenance staff investigated the rooftop water tanks and made a horrifying discovery. Elisa's body was found floating inside one of the tanks. The discovery raised immediate questions. The tanks were difficult to access. They were located on the roof, which was secured with alarms and required a ladder to climb. Additionally, the tank's heavy lid was reportedly closed when Elisa's body was found, further complicating the circumstances of her death. Investigators carefully examined the scene, noting the peculiar challenges associated with entering the tanks. The hotel staff insisted that the alarms on the roof access doors had not been triggered during the time of Elisa's disappearance, adding another layer of mystery. The condition of Elisa's body provided limited clues. The decomposition process, accelerated by weeks in water, made it difficult to determine the exact timeline of events. Forensic experts analyzed her clothing and belongings, which were found floating alongside her, but no definitive evidence emerged to explain how she ended up in the tank. An autopsy was performed, and the coroner's report ruled Elisa's death as accidental drowning. No evidence of physical trauma, sexual assault, or drug use was found. However, toxicology tests indicated that Elisa had not been taking her prescribed medications for bipolar disorder and depression consistently. This led investigators to speculate that her mental health may have played a role in her death. But questions lingered. How did Elisa access the roof without triggering alarms? How did she manage to climb into the tank? And why would she do so in the first place? These unanswered questions fueled theories ranging from the plausible to the paranormal. The coroner's report also noted the absence of alcohol or recreational drugs in her system, further narrowing the scope of potential explanations. Investigators conducted interviews with hotel staff and combed through hours of additional surveillance footage. However, the footage from the rooftop and stairwells, which might have provided critical clues, was reportedly unavailable. This gap in evidence left a void that continues to frustrate those seeking closure. Critics of the investigation have questioned whether all potential leads were thoroughly pursued or if key details were overlooked during the early stages of the search. One theory suggests that Elisa's death was a result of a psychotic episode. Without her medications, she may have experienced hallucinations or delusions, leading her to act erratically and ultimately endanger herself. This theory aligns with the behaviors seen in the elevator footage, where her actions appeared disjointed and irrational. Experts in mental health have weighed in, pointing out that untreated bipolar disorder can lead to severe episodes of paranoia and disorientation, potentially explaining her tragic actions. Another theory involves foul play. Some speculate that Elisa was pursued by an unknown assailant who forced her onto the roof and into the tank. However, no evidence of another person's involvement was ever found. Investigators scrutinized hotel records, guest logs, and surveillance footage, but no definitive leads emerged. This lack of tangible evidence has led some to dismiss foul play as unlikely, while others argue that critical details may have been overlooked. Advocates for this theory often point to inconsistencies in the timeline and unexplained gaps in the available footage as potential indicators of interference. The hotel's dark history has also inspired paranormal theories. Some believe that Elisa fell victim to malevolent spirits haunting the Cecil Hotel. These theories, while intriguing, lack empirical evidence and are often dismissed by skeptics. Nonetheless, the Cecil's reputation as a hub of tragedy and misfortune continues to fuel these supernatural speculations, drawing both believers and curious skeptics to the case. Elisa's case became a global phenomenon, thanks in part to the viral elevator footage. Internet forums and social media platforms were flooded with amateur detectives, dissecting every frame of the video and every detail of the case. While some contributions were insightful, others veered into conspiracy territory, often disregarding facts in favor of sensationalism. The online community was divided, with some users passionately advocating for their theories, while others sought to debunk misinformation. Netflix's 2021 documentary, Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, reignited interest in the case. It explored Elisa's story, the hotel's history, and the broader societal issues surrounding mental health and homelessness in downtown Los Angeles. The documentary provided new perspectives, but ultimately left viewers with more questions than answers. By delving into the cultural and historical context of the Cecil Hotel, the series highlighted how the location itself became an integral part of the mystery. Elisa's death cast a long shadow over the Cecil Hotel. Public outcry over the tragedy and the hotel's history led to its rebranding as Stay on Main. However, the rebranding did little to erase its dark reputation. In 2017, the building was designated a historic cultural monument, preserving its infamous legacy. For many, the Cecil remains a symbol of unresolved mysteries and the darker side of urban life. The case also sparked conversations about the responsibilities of hotels in ensuring guest safety. Critics argued that the Cecil's security measures were inadequate, while others pointed out that Elisa's actions may have been unpredictable and beyond the hotel's control. Advocates for mental health awareness have since used her story as a poignant reminder of the need for understanding and support for those struggling with mental illness. Amid the speculation and sensationalism, it's important to remember Elisa Lam as more than a mystery. She was a young woman with dreams, struggles, and a life tragically cut short. Her story resonates with so many because it touches on universal themes: the search for connection, the challenges of mental health, and the lingering mysteries of human behavior. Elisa's writings on her blog often revealed a reflective and hopeful perspective, showcasing her desire to find beauty and meaning in the world around her. She frequently shared quotes, thoughts on her favorite books, and reflections on the complexities of life, offering a glimpse into her introspective and creative nature. To this day, key questions remain. How did Elisa bypass the hotel's security measures? Was her death truly accidental, or is there more to the story? Could advancements in technology or renewed investigations provide definitive answers? Experts have suggested that forensic re-examinations or technological advancements could one day shed light on these mysteries, offering potential closure to those haunted by her story. These unanswered questions continue to fuel the case's enduring mystery, making it one of the most discussed and analyzed unsolved cases in recent history. The persistent interest in Elisa's story underscores the human fascination with the unknown and the desire to find clarity amid chaos. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mysterious and tragic death of Elisa Lam. Her story is a poignant reminder of the complexities of human life and the importance of compassion in the face of uncertainty. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your theories or suggestions for future cases to explore. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.